For over 15 years, I have heard and seen statistics that 98% of deaf have never heard the gospel or the good news of Jesus. It's now 2024, and that statistic is still being shared. We have a dilemma. If this still holds, it means that nearly 70 million deaf people around the world still don't have access to the gospel. Mission agencies such as the International Mission Board, Door International, and others around the world collectively agree that deaf people are the most unreached and unengaged people group in the world. And according to Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, for Jesus to return, the gospel must be preached to the whole world, and then the end will come. The whole world includes deaf people. Deaf people are God's design and masterpiece. We can no longer ignore and put on blinder to people who are unreached and unengaged in our backyard. We must make reaching and engaging with deaf an important matter to us. Here are 3 reasons why deaf ministry must matter. In the first one, there's only one complete Bible in sign language, the American Sign Language Version, ASLV. This Bible took nearly 40 years to translate and complete, finishing in 2020. Every other sign language, nearly 400 worldwide, do not have a complete Bible. In a world where we are pushing for the Bible to be translated, we must also be encouraged to push for this among deaf people groups everywhere. The second is deaf people in America still lack biblical understanding and need to be equipped and empowered to learn how to study God's Word. And when this happens, disciples can be made among deaf like never before. And the third, there are not enough deaf Christian leaders. Many seminaries and churches around the world have not done a good enough job equipping, empowering, and raising new deaf leaders. For far too many methods have been do for death instead of do with death. Our hearing friends have access to an abundant Christian content at their fingertips, but the deaf do not have the same access. Much of Christian content today is inaccessible to the deaf. And if we continue on this path, we will spend another 15 years hearing the same statistic. Churches sometimes offer skilled sign language interpreters, but the typical deaf person experience does not go beyond that. The typical deaf person only goes to church on a Sunday morning because there is no access or inclusivity beyond that. This leads to a lack of spiritual growth and a true Christian community for a deaf person, which then leads to hindering their empowerment to grow as church leaders. The global church must include deaf people in its vision, and it must matter. We can no longer continue to ignore a people group that is important to God's plan and design.